As you can see in the description, I wanted to make a video about how you cannot be rich without right money management. And I'm saying this from experience. One thing I always believed was that I'm able to make money and also spend money and still be rich. And that was a horrible mindset to have because I quickly had a lesson on that. I started my entrepreneur journey when I was 17. Network marketing was my first business that I ever did, ever, in my entrepreneur journey. And it was also the best business idea, the best business opportunity I ever got into. I was able to meet very, very intelligent people. When they say you're not in the right room when you're the smartest in the room, well, I was not the smartest in the room when it came to network marketing. A lot of people were the smartest in the room, and I was learning so much from everyone. The first book that I ever read that got me into entrepreneurship was definitely Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was my first book that I ever read, period. And of course, I say the first book I ever read, period, because of course I've read books, textbooks, it's from school, but a book that I actually wanted to read. Not a book that I have to read from school because it helps me complete my homework or pass the test. This book, it was the first book I ever intentionally read by myself on my own time. It changed my perspective a lot when it came to money. Even though I never saw money in a way where, I am able to make it in abundance yet, I got the idea of what rich people would do with their money. And I got to say, even though I had the idea of what rich people can do with their money, I never really I did move forward into the path of working hard and going after it, but never into money management. When I started getting paid from my businesses, from even my drop shipping, my first drop shipping business, I actually um, I actually made some money, but I started moving in the wrong path as when I started investing into my business, like that was before, remember, I was 17, so that was before I ever got a job. So before I ever got a job, I was getting paid from e-commerce and I was getting paid from network marketing, but it was not as much, but it was a lot to me. It was a lot to me because I never really touched money like that, and that was my first time doing my own work and getting my own money. And that was around COVID-19 times. That was around 2020, 2019, 2020. I was actually still in high school. I was in senior in high school, and I was not going to school. I was staying in home because it was like, what's it called? We was in a lockdown, so I couldn't even go to school. So we had to do school on the computer. And during that time, I was focused on network marketing and I was focusing on e-commerce as well, and also learning about entrepreneurship overall. I was just focusing on, making money, but I was never focusing on how to keep money, how to sustain it, how to move with it, and how to behave with it. Every time I was getting paid, I was focusing on, my mind was not on building wealth, my mind was on woman. So as soon as I was getting paid, I was getting Airbnbs, I was linking up with girls, and I was like, doing whatever, you know what I mean? And a lot of Airbnbs, and I was not moving the right way, and that's why God had to definitely humble me and put me in a position where I needed to get a job, where I needed to go ahead and find a way to sustain myself. And even when I was getting a job, I stayed working for 3 to 4 years. Why? Because of the same issue. Even when I was getting a job, I did not have money management, and I was still getting Airbnbs, and I was still buying Plan Bs, and I was still doing the like putting my money on things that do not multiply it, putting my money on things that don't keep it safe. And the whole point of this video is just to learn from me. If you're new in the entrepreneurship game and new into money management, new into learning, I'm still learning the game, but really money management is everything. Because how are you gonna get rich? And how are you even gonna get rich without, you can get $1 million right now. You can get $1 million right now, and if you're not able to sustain it, if you don't know how to keep it in your possession, if you don't know how to multiply it, are you really rich? Are you really rich in that mindset? It really all comes with mindset. It doesn't really matter how much you're getting paid. It just matters what do you do to keep your money, or are you multiplying your money? Let's really talk about this verse in the Bible. And before I say this verse, after I've read that verse, it gave me a whole different type of look into money. It gave me a whole different type of mindset to have when it comes to money, and the exact steps to do when you get money. Not just what to do to get money, but what you do when you get money. So let's move on to the verse. Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30. For the kingdom of heaven is like a man traveling to a far country, who called his own servants, delivered his goods to them. And to one he gave 5 talents, to another he gave 2, and to another 1, to each according to his own ability. And immediately he went on a journey. That is insane, right? Let's go ahead and highlight according to his own ability, right? How good can you manage your money? Depending on how good you manage your money, you get more. So let's go to the next verse. Then he who had received the 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5 talents. Let's go to the next verse. And likewise he who had received 2 gained 2 more also. But he who had received 1 went and dug it into the ground and hid his Lord's money. Wow. After a long time, the Lord of those servants came and settled accounts with them. So he had received 5 talents, came and brought 5 other talents, saying, Lord, you delivered me 5 talents. Look, I have gained 5 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things, and enter the joy of your Lord. He who had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, you delivered me 2 talents. Look, I have gained 2 more talents besides them. His Lord said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful over a few things. I will make you ruler over many things. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Then he who had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you have not sown, and gathering where you have not scattered seed. And I was afraid. I went and hid your talent into the ground. Look, there you have what is yours. But his Lord answered and said to him, you wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I had not sown, and gathered where I have not scattered seed. So you ought to have deposited my money with the bankers, and at my coming, and I would have received back my own interest. That's so beautifully said by the Lord himself. Therefore, take the talent from him and give it to him who has talents. For to everyone who has more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. And cast the unprofitable servant into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What a powerful verse. What a powerful verse. That verse, everything in the entire parable, everything in that entire parable connected with me. Everything in that entire parable connected with me. Now look at, let me say this. When I was getting the money that I was making, I was spending it. I was not even hiding it. I was not even saving it. So basically, like, what I was doing, I was getting the money and I was spending it. And this this wicked and lazy, quote unquote, servant was hiding the money. What would that mean? He was saving the money. He was saving the money, and he was called lazy and wicked. Now imagine him who spends that money. Woe to you, my friend. Woe to you. You get me? So, definitely one of the hardest pills I had to swallow, which is multiplying your money. And it's not really, it shouldn't be a hard pill because it's something that is a blessing to your life. Multiplying your money. And it comes with discipline, it comes with time management, it comes with, personal development, it comes with just being patient. It comes with a lot, and it compounds over time. It compounds over time. So, you know, I was so focused on getting money right now, having money right now. I was getting money fast and I was spending money fast. And that put me in a position where, you know, I needed, I needed to change my spending, my habits, my persona, my look in life, my, everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's really all about, it's really all about like your habits and who you are that creates the life you want. And the life that I wanted, I was moving in the opposite way of that life. Like, for real, let's think about it. What's the life that you truly want? Me personally, I want my family to be good. I want, you know, I want my sister, my mom, my loved ones, my friends. I want to be able to just give in abundance. I want to just be able to just like help others. And um it really, that's the life that I want. So knowing that that's the life that I want, is the life that I'm living right now, is it moving towards that, or is it moving away from that? And the life that I was doing was moving away from that, so I had to change my ways. I had to change my ways. And I say this: Jesus is the one that will always be there to help you and improve you. And the fact that Jesus is always there to help you and improve you, Jesus is always there to give you knowledge and give you wisdom to knowing where's the next thing, where's the next move. All right, so enough of me chatting. Let me go ahead and tell you guys my most the most important money management principle I have learned, and I learned it from Myron Golden. It's a money management system that he created that really helped me a lot in my journey and has actually improved my life in a 100x type of way. And it's been literally like not too long that I've been using this, and it's already dramatically improving my life, right? So money management system: can all you can, and can all you get, and your can means you can. It sounds very, very confusing at first, but let's go ahead and go deeper into it. Number one: can tithe can. A can tithe can. Give 10% of income back to God. Give, you can, that means, in my belief of tithing, is giving it to your brother. Giving, like brother as in like brother in Christ. Like not brother as in specifically a male, but give it to your another son of God, another daughter of God, another another human being. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first step and great commandment. And the second is like, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So Jesus saying that you shall love your neighbor as yourself, after saying you shall love God, that means with the money that God gives you, use 10% and give it to another brother. 10% is you give back into the kingdom of God. And number two, I can finish free can 10%. Invest 10% of your money into income producing assets. While when income producing assets makes money back, it will be reinvested back into this can. So you can go ahead and put 10% of your money back into an asset that will continue to multiply. That's one of the main principles of the Bible, and many of the principles of life is to be able to manage your money and multiply your money. Number three, I can educate myself, can 10%. This is the can you use for personal development, seminars, audio programs, books, courses. This is the can where you basically invest into yourself, right? Myron Golden said, poor people entertain themselves, rich people educate themselves, right? And number four, I can save for what I want, can 10%. You also give 10% to that can, right? And what it means is this can be used to buy anything. Can save for a car, can save for vacation. If emergency come, you can actually use this can to save money on yourself as well, like to put money into emergency stuff, right? And number five, I can have fun can, which is 10%. You have to spend all your money every month doing things you find fun, shopping, restaurant, expensive massage, always on fun activities. You know what I mean? So 10% of that is going to what you love to do, and you can spend it throughout the entire month. This is like your fun money. You know what I'm saying? Number six, I can pay my bills, and that's 50%. Basically, it's very self-explanatory. You can pay your bills, car note, phone bill, rent with that 50% of the paycheck that you get, right? Myron Golden said, get to the point where you can live under half your income. That is the goal. Learn as much as you can, do as much as you can, earn as much as you possibly can, grow as much as you can. And that is one of the best principles, the best, uh, you know, advice that I could say that I've gotten when it came to the money management from the Bible and Myron Golden, and also from learning from my experiences and stuff like that. But hopefully you guys learn from this video. I'm gonna try my best to continue to make some more videos, but it's getting dark now, and I feel like I gotta get really close to the camera so you can see me. But I'm gonna try and do it more on the daytime. I'm currently in Dominican Republic, and yeah, it's amazing here. See you guys soon.